What do you think about the new PS5 controller? I don't like that it's white.
Great. The color is what they make 1,000,001 colors, so I'm not concerned about the color.
It says join failed.
Yeah. Let me try to cancel it. Oh! Wait, you're not in, right?
It said canceled by user. I'm not in that.
Okay. Okay, good. So anyway, I think they've gone forward, and what they've done is they've modernized it. They took some concepts and they brought in. I mean, there was a no compromise. Bring in the things that people love. You have to continue the traditions of the DualShock with the 2 analog sticks in the middle, and the overall, like, if you know, there's a connection, there's a family connection.
It's DNA.
So you can see the lineage.
DNA,
yeah, right? The DNA's in there. You can see the PlayStation DNA in there, right? And the white thing is really just what they did in Japan. They had the white console with the white controller, and they never released it in the US. I mean, there were versions and stuff that were like game versions and stuff, and you could. But I'm saying, like, that's the Japanese domestic market, like, premium product. Like, that was the one that was like, okay, Americans once again do not get badass shit from Japan. That shit is lagging like it's not. I can't even tell you.
It's lagging right now.
It's lag. Yeah, like it's the game. I can't even control my car properly. It's stuttering. Here we go. Can we? AI?
Okay. Oh.
Sorry. I was doing a little bit of pool shot off of you there. Hope you didn't mind. Well done. Well done. Yes, well done again. Well done again. Here we go. Other side, centering. But so am I returning it.
I'm coming back around to the center.
I'm trying to do something off of that stuff. Okay, they're on the offense. Well done. Solid play. Can you run it?
Trying. The ball is.
It's alright. He hit it. He hit it. It's alright. I don't want it to be like all their, control. I just make it a little bit. Bring in our.
There you go.
Stuff. But anyway, the PlayStation controller, right? So you have like. There's beauty there, man. Like, there's real design in it, and like they said, it has like haptic sensors. Like you can't believe like it's another level of sensors in there, and like haptic feedback. So basically, like what you experience with the remote is gonna be new. Like I have a feeling that you're gonna have like zones of vibration. It's no longer just a primitive like thing swinging around. I think it's gonna be like cell phone vibration, like haptic feedback, like when you touch the screen and you feel like a button and shit like that. Like you're gonna feel like weird things on your remote, and you're gonna feel like your right palm is feeling like, something, and then like your left palm feels like something completely different because of what's happening on the screen.
Oh, they're separate. They're not like two swinging things that happen at the same time.
You're right. They can independently control the sensors in the remote to give you a unique experience. And so I have a feeling that you're gonna have the gyroscopic, where you can move it in every direction and rotate it, and then you're gonna have, obviously, at least I think they're continuing the touch technology where you can play in games and like write with your finger and do stuff like that, right? Like.
Probably gonna have like
you have the little.
Probably gonna have like games that have first person. Gonna have like the guns, like you pull the trigger all the way. You really wanna pull the trigger, maybe like Red Dead.
I want like a trigger, like I want it to go like, I want it to be like a click in there. I want to have like for FPS games. I think option to have a click. I think that's just dreamless, you know, that's like, you know, obviously I'm asking for as much as possible now. Now I'm just going into the concept world, but I like FPS, and I think FPS is an important genre. It's obviously made a big stay, especially with the Battle Royale element. It's not going away, so your technology should cater to the first-person shooter world. Well, among other things, you know, I'm just saying, like, that one, there's stuff you could do to kind of immerse the player more and give them an experience they never experienced before. I think that's the PlayStation kind of thing. It's like, they always are like technology and like, you know, bringing something like just incredible, you know? Something that is like, whoa, this technology is like ahead of its time. It's like futuristic. It should be in the next PlayStation, but it's in this PlayStation. I think that's what they try to do. They try to have the technology be a generation ahead. I don't know if that's anybody would agree with me. I'm sure some people would agree with me on that.
I mean, the PS4, like, PlayStation's always just been, like,
PlayStation
better, like, when it comes to graphics.
Advanced.
Like
Right. Graphics have been no compromise, right? On the graphics, like, they're, like, pushing the boundary. There's, like, stuff in there that you can do that your competitors can't do, and maybe not even, like, computers could get away with doing easily, you know? Unless you have, like, a machine that's what? Let's say, like, a PlayStation, like, let's at the most expensive cost $600, right? And you have, like, a competing computer system, a PC that is, like, what, twice that or more? $1,200 to $1,500? And you're getting an experience out of the PlayStation that's in the $500-600 realm, or $400 to $600 realm. I mean, the consoles have been bringing something that is just, like, it's something to the masses that truly more than the sum of its parts. I straight up just left the ball and I was like, look, you guys are bedazzled here, I can tell.
It's a good fake out, because sometimes I know when it's going to happen and I come in, oh wow.
Threw it in. But anyway, the PlayStation controller, obviously the design, people have to get used to it. You haven't felt it in your hands. You probably shouldn't judge it until you use it, right? I think that's been the experience that I could say, like, across the... Wow, they're putting it in 20 seconds. But across the board, like, every time there's a new controller, you're just like, I think I know, but I know, like, ever since, like, way back in the day. Let's finish this game. Oh. Sorry. So anyway, finishing on my point. The controllers, like, ever since, like, way back in retro gaming, because I'm an old man now, you always have a preconceived notion of what the controller is, how it's gonna feel in your hand, how you're gonna throw it around, how durable it is. You know, it might, you know, the only thing I think you can really ascertain, and you can't even really get the whole thing, is the control sticks and the buttons, like the curvature and the smoothness of it, and the dimpling, or how, if there's concave or convex on the analog stick, how it would roll around in your thumbs, and how it would... But then again, you're missing out details, right? How strong is the spring that holds the analog stick? How hard is it to push the buttons, and how can you push that button, you know, 10,000 times and it's cool, you know? You just don't... Stuff that you don't know. But you think you know. The brain, like, makes you think you know everything about it. when you see it. That's the thing that you learn as you get older. Is
and didn't some controllers like you could like press and hold and like hold the button harder? Was that a thing?
Yes. Yeah, no. In PlayStation 3, they introduced analog buttons, and Xbox they didn't do that with face buttons, right? So I think that is the perfect example of what I was talking about with the technology, how it was ahead of its time. It was at least a generation in front. And at the time it was like, yeah, you could do this, but isn't it very expensive? And isn't it hard to get that right? And isn't it hard to make it last a long time when you do that? Aren't you taking a lot of risk by doing that? I mean, all these are the real questions, you know, and they have real implications. But Sony, since the PlayStation 2, has been a powerhouse, a hell of a train, a huge 18-wheeler with armor on it, just barreling and hitting things and just going. You know, they don't want to lose the dominance. And now they have a very interesting strategy where they're letting Xbox go first, so they're gonna have the benefit of seeing what the competitor does and how well they do. And I think they want to do well in every market. They're not the Sony of the old days. They want to do well and make money and have the reputation of Sony back in the day. So we'll see what happens.